So Donald Trump just signed an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. I'm going to give you every reason why this is an absolutely terrible idea and why this should not happen. For one, the Department of Education is the reason a lot of students can even go to school in the first place. Without Department of Education regulation, there could be a lot of kids that are displaced because they simply won't have any school to go to. Basically, without the Department of Education, there would be a lot of kids without schools to go to. Or at least without quality schools to go to, bringing me to my next point. The Department of Education sets pretty much standards for what a school is supposed to meet, public schools at least. Without the Department of Education, these standards would no longer be applicable, which means there would be some schools that would falter. They don't have a standard to meet, so they're going to spend as little money as possible and get as much money as possible from the people attending the school. And that could go all the way down from elementary school up to college. And it's already as bad as it is. If there is not an effort to maintain some sort of standard in education, then things could get rough for people who attend public schools. Also, the Department of Education is part of what offers some assistance to children that are in need, whether it be a psychological issue, physical issue, anything. Without the Department of Education, a lot of those programs would be dismantled, or at least they would have to be kind of rebuilt and reconvened. Also, funding. Without the Department of Education, there would be a lot of public schools that could lose funding, or they would have to get their funding from somewhere else. No money, which means nobody to clean the school, no one to cook the food, no way to pay teachers, no way to maintain a good education. Yeah, you get the point. Also, the Department of Education helps regulate our teacher training. Imagine having an untrained teacher around your student. You probably wouldn't like that. The Department of Education helps train our instructors. Also helps support our instructors, because I have a mother that's a teacher, and let's face it, man, teachers need support too. Also, crisis management. The Department of Education helped handle the COVID-19 crisis pretty well. Students were able to join online, still attend school, at least kind of, it was online, but still get their education. We all weren't a year back. The Department of Education is part of helping us matriculate through such incidents. Also, the extermination of the Department of Education would probably mean that a lot of families would not have trust in public schooling, which would lead to less kids going to public schools. Also, did I mention that a lot of these schools are supported by the community? If the community does not trust them to live up to a certain standard that right now the Department of Education has set, then those schools are going to fall apart. Yeah. Also, lastly, data collection. How do we best educate children? How do we keep children in good behavior? How do we make sure they can get jobs in the future? Yeah, the Department of Education kind of takes and regulates most of those statistics. So yeah, taking it away, pretty crappy.